Okay, hello. So, super quick update. The title of this one is going to be Gamemaker is so good, it almost makes me mad. As you may be aware, I'm currently porting my game over from my custom C++ engine to Gamemaker, just for speed of development and robustness, basically. But currently I've got an animated intro and a menu, and I've got a few things to talk about here. So for one thing, I spent so long originally making a spline editor for my game so my camera could travel along, and Gamemaker has this built in. Like, this literally took me 30 seconds to drop down these points, tweak them a little bit, make this spline. It took me maybe 5 minutes to work out how to programmatically get the camera to stick to the spline. But yeah, I mean, that alone is like a month's worth of work. This is compiled, by the way. I hooked it up with Visual Studio build tools, and yeah, it's compiled. But yeah, so we have our intro, and when the audio stops, it will go into the next bit. We could also skip that with a key press. Okay, so currently we can see our path, we can see us traveling along. The red node is the node we're traveling from. The orangey yellow node is the node we're traveling to. We can hit a button to sort of speed up, and we sort of hover around the node as we had before. And just for testing purposes, I can jump around to a bunch of these different nodes. Just like that. Yeah, okay. So far so good, right? This already is so much of an improvement. But we can take it a bit further. Currently everything's in 2D. So we can go to the camera object, and just in the draw begin, before we start rendering stuff, we can pop this into 3D mode and have a look at that. So I really can't overstate how beautifully simple this system is. All I did is took a 2D game, applied a 3D camera, and now it's running in 3D. We can see our path in front of us, and this is for debug purposes. We could switch this off, no problem. We can see our nodes in front of us, and we can sort of speed things up. Okay, great, we're hovering around. We can do the same, and this is really good for debugging. But then we can take it a step further. I've got these billboard objects, and all I need to do is just go along as if I was going to draw it in 2D, but set up a world matrix which will transform the 2D into 3D. So it basically rotates those images around. And here we can see our tree in 3D. This is just temporary assets. We can add more stuff later. But wait, we can take it further. So remember that originally I had a font, and the font was a bitmap, and I was going by hand and selecting partitions, little regions of that bitmap to do the fonts. Well, turns out in Gamemaker, you don't need that. You can just create a font object, load in a TTF file, it loads it in. You can click a button to do a signed distance field and have nicely scalable text. And then in order to draw it, you can do that in 3D. You can just, the same as before, just set up your world transformation matrix and then tell Gamemaker, hey, draw this text. And then, give it a second, we can see that we've got text. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not perfect, it's still pretty rough. But here's the thing. What we've got right now has been 2 days of work. Is that crazy? 2 days of work. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so I just wanted to sort of share where I'm at. I think this is really cool. I think it's really useful. Anecdotally, I guess I can say that I had forgotten the fundamental rule of game development, which is the objective is to develop a game. And so that's what I'm doing now. Anyway, can't think of how to end this, so all the best, have a good one, and I will see you again soon. Bye.